Moles, a short play by Juan Muñoz commissioned by the 16th Street Theater. Juan Muñoz is a Chicago-based writer and performer currently writing from his incest-filled office in rural Illinois. He spends his free time composing music, musings, and sandwiches. Recently, he lost out on traveling performances of his beloved musical solo show, I'm Not Sad, which he is a little sad about. Keep up with his work at juanwithwords.com and follow him on Instagram at juanwithwords to see his other quarantine creations. This show was commissioned by the 16th Street Theater, and it was created to be a theater for people not going to the theater. 16th Street was founded in 2007 to serve and give voice to all in our community. And here are the characters.
I'm Greg. I am a machine operator. I'm a hopeless working class dope, but I'm doing the best I can.
Hello, I'm Joel. Some call me a tightwad supervisor. I had fun once. It was terrible. I work remotely from a tower miles away from Greg.
I'm Missy. My opinions are as fixed as my income. I spend most of my time wondering what went wrong in my marriage.
Hi, I'm Stu, former Peace Corps hippie turned office drone. After retirement, I returned to my roots. And I'm Missy's husband.
World of the Play. A closed-off construction site, Greg preps the land for a new building as Joel feeds him directions through the radio. If there was a set, I imagine it would look like a 7-year-old's large-scale playtime fantasy. Think puppets, toy-like machineries, and giant sandbox. Imagine the cutest mole you've ever seen. It peeks out from the edge of the stage as if burrowing out of the ground. Suddenly, a large machine approaches. Greg runs the mole over and an industrial-grade construction digger. Joel exits separate from the job site. I imagine he's sitting on an elevated platform eating flavorless oatmeal, suggesting he's miles away in a radio tower. Static. Then Joel speaks into his radio.
Okay, get ready to move on to the next section. I think this one is taken care of. Greg?
I don't mind pushing my lunch back if you want me to keep digging.
You'll take your lunch when you're scheduled and not a second later. I'm not paying you overtime. Got it?
Got it.
Silence as Joel eats his flavorless oatmeal.
Joel.
What?
How are you doing today?
What?
I said, how are you doing today, Joel?
Listen, stop trying to relate to me. It's uncomfortable for both of us.
Got it.
Sector 1 has been excavated. We can move on to the next quadrant. You good to go?
Ready as my mum was for a daughter before she had me.
Greg begins digging.
They always stick me with the homeschooled one.
Are you mad at me?
What?
I said, are you mad at me for trying to relate to you earlier? I was just trying to be friendly.
Joel puts down his oatmeal with the fervor of 1,000 stern dads.
Greg, this is a multi-million-dollar job. Your job is to press go and make sure the area is ready for when the real crews get there. My job is to make sure you do your job. Are we clear? I said, are we clear?
The digging is interrupted by a deafening thud. Greg hits something pretty big. He keeps digging.
Uh-oh.
Greg, what did you do? Don't tell me you hit another pipe.
How was I supposed to know gas came from the ground?
If I found out you need another pipe, I swear on my...
I think this is bigger than a pipe.
You have 10 seconds to figure out what you hit before
You're not mad at me, are you?
Joel speaks in a firm whisper.
Greg, figure out what you hit.
Okay, good. Got it.
be careful.
Oh, that's awfully kind, Joel. I didn't know you
I
cared.
was talking about the site. Don't mess anything else up.
Got it. I'll just move this dirt over so I can get a better look.
Greg continues digging. After a tense moment, the ground around the pile of dirt he hits collapses, creating a sinkhole. The sound shakes the earth.
Joel?
What happened?
Joel? I think I made a little sinkhole.
Time stops in the remote tower. Joel is manically still. Greg fills the silence by talking himself into an even deeper hole than the one he just made.
Kind of looks like Dolly Parton if you squint.
Dead silence.
If I had a daughter, I always thought I'd name her Polly. Dolly.
Dead silence 2. Return of the silence.
Might make Mama happy.
Silence so dead you inherit its timeshare in Maine.
You think Dolly Parton is ever sad she can't move her face anymore?
If you don't get out there and see exactly what happened, I promise that I will personally take my Toyota Corolla and I will
The
run
rest
and
of
run.
Joel's tirade is cut off by the sound of Greg backing up his machine.
I'm going to look now, but I just want to let you know I've never heard that word used in a sentence before.
Go.
Joel,
Yes.
you might want to come down here and look at this.
I'm in a remote tower too. I'm in a remote tower hundreds of miles away. Let me just get in my car. I'll just meet you there. I'll just.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. I'll wait right here.
No, not really. What did you hit?
I think it's a bunker.
It can't be. We had the area scanned. No metal structures came up in my 3D imaging.
Well, it's there. I think.
What makes you say it's a bunker?
Because there's people inside.
What? Are they okay? Are they active?
I don't know what they do in their spare time.
I mean, are they still alive?
Yeah, I can ask them about your first question though. Hey, would you say you're active?
Stu speaks from the hole in the ground.
I keep pretty busy down here.
The guy said he's pretty active. What about your friend?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm his wife, not his friend. I wouldn't say I'm a fitness guru, but I would definitely say I'm more active than Stu.
Please, Missy, as if swiping my card counts as an activity.
I could swipe it if there was any money on it. Only thing I swipe down here is a Cheez-Its box from your fat Florida fingers so you don't eat them all. You're so quick to impress company, aren't you?
Listen, you need to ask them what they're doing down there. This is a restricted area.
Hey, you really shouldn't be here. Let me help you out so we can talk face to face.
Ladies first.
Oh, now you have manners? Probably because someone else can see you.
I got you. Just give me your hands.
Your arm's not long enough.
Oh. Greg, what do I do?
Greg takes
Sorry?
a moment before deciding to dangle his leg over the edge. He hangs on the stage for dear life as Missy attempts to climb him.
Joe.
There is a long and comedically exhausting struggle. Finally, Missy is on level ground.
Sir, you could have just used our ladder.
We see the top of Stu's ladder is extend out the pit. Seconds later, he easily climbs out. Greg is dumbfounded.
Let me talk to them.
Okay, they're all yours.
Do you realize you're trespassing on private property?
With all due respect, sir, we weren't on private property. We were below it.
He has a point.
This is a free country.
We aren't hurting anyone.
Speak for yourself. I'm still not talking to you.
I told you my ex-wife's profile just came up by itself.
I knew there was a reason you wanted to bring the satellite laptop. I was amazed it even got a signal down here.
She sent me a friend request.
And why were you messaging Jolene?
I was asking if she could share a dessert recipe for something that she used to make so I could make it for us, for both of us.
We live underground. We don't have dishes, let alone a stove. We've been eating green beans and pancake mix for the past 3 weeks. You know how awful it's been down there with your gas?
Their argument comes out so fast these lines almost overlap.
I have gastrointestinal problems.
I feel like I live in a gas chamber.
But you can be really hurtful sometimes. You
The
know
day
that.
you cook anything is the day I find Bin Laden.
They found him already.
That's what
And
they
killed
want
him.
you to
He's dead.
think.
Well, now they found us.
Enough. If I wanted to hear a couple arguing, I would have stayed home with my wife and emotionally uninvested teenage daughter. Greg, give them the radio. They have 2 seconds to explain how they got down there. 1 second.
Greg hands the radio to Stu.
I dug a tunnel system a while back. I dug every day after work.
How'd you end up here?
I found my entry point about 250 feet south of here. After Missy and I retired, we decided it'd be nice to settle down here, away from everything that's going on in the world.
I'm just glad we don't have to deal with the neighbors. Last thing I wanted to do was spend my golden years staring at Carol gardening in a tube top. Classless. Trying to get the pool boys in a puddle. Plucking plums in her patsy pumps.
What's the bunker made of?
Natural clay. Technique I learned in the Peace Corps. It's where Missy and I met. See, we was in the same tribe, and we stayed in live-in tunnels just like this one. Thought if we tried to make a living at that again, that we might, I don't know, rekindle something.
I miss those days. You were so hot.
Greg takes back the radio.
Clay explains why I didn't come up in the ground scans.
It explains it, but doesn't excuse it. We're going to have to alert the authorities.
Over my dead body, squatters' rights. No one is locking up me and my earth partner.
Earth partner? You haven't called me that since the 70s. Back when you had hair.
Back when your armpits had hair. Back when you didn't, well, hurt me with your words.
Can't we just settle this on our own? Why do we have to get the cops involved?
Because they broke the law. Rules are rules for a reason.
But they seem like nice people. You know, mole people have feelings too.
They aren't mole people. They are a delusional elderly couple breaking the law. I'm not going to ask you again.
Missy and Stu begin a secretive conversation.
You want to?
You think we still got it in us?
I hope. You ready? 1,
One,
2,
two,
bucket!
Missy kicks Greg in the shin, and her and Stu make a run for it.
Joel.
What? What's happening?
The mole woman kicked my shin, and then they ran away.
We'll run after them. What are you doing?
I would, but my leg really hurts. It's the one she was yanking on. Plus, it's my lunchtime, and you said I can't work overtime.
I know what I said, but you can you just...
Rules are rules, said so yourself. I'll talk to you after my lunch hour.
Greg pulls out his lunch bag and limps over to sit on the edge of the job site, the edge of the stage, the edge of the world.
Nice sandwich. Extra cheese, no tomato, just how I like it.
If you don't get up right now, I swear on my life that I will...
Greg slowly dials off the radio as Dolly Parton's Jolene plays.
Please don't take him just because you can.
End of play.